Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to have Donald Trump running against Hillary Clinton versus Bernie Sanders. This is a what if scenario if the 2016 election had come down to between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Bernie Sanders. So essentially, Bernie Sanders lost the nomination, essentially feeling cheated the same way his supporters did in 2016, and decides to not only not endorse Hillary Clinton, but run against her with the independent nominee. I'm putting him as an independent slash progressive. I wouldn't put him as the Green Party nominee because that was nominated after pretty much they were all done around the same time, so there really wouldn't be that much time within the party. But I don't think they would have contested a Sanders becoming the Green Party nominee, but I'm just going to put him as an independent for now. Um, Pretty much, this would be a nightmare scenario for Democrats. Remember, he got a lot of the support in the primary, not enough to win the primary, of course, but um, he got some support. Remember the Bernie or Bust part of the political spectrum that was on the alt left and the part of the Democratic Party that really screwed them over in the 2016 election. So we're going to see. Ultimately, you know how this ends. Trump obviously would win the general election just because of the vote splitting, the same way John Kasich could take away from Donald Trump in 2020 if he chooses to run in an independent campaign with Hickenlooper, or if he wins the Republican nomination and Trump runs independent. So there's a lot of factors here. Overall, Trump does win the election, so we'll go through all the safe Trump states right now. Um, I have to triple click for this. So we have all the states that were previously toss up or close. Those ones would easily go to Donald Trump. He would carry all the states he carried in the 2016 election, so including Utah, Arizona, Alaska, Indiana, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And then we have the one congressional district out of the state of Maine. So let's look for Maine real quick. And then we give him one. And we give the Democrats. Actually, yeah, let's start off with Maine. So I think that one of the congressional districts would go to Bernie Sanders, and I think the other one would. I think the other two for the Maine at large would go to Donald Trump. So far, Bernie Sanders has one electoral vote. Hillary Clinton has zero. Um, let's go through a bunch of the states that Hillary Clinton won by considerable margins. So in the state of California, that one would go to Hillary Clinton. Just even with the vote splitting, Clinton would take the state. If we look in the states of Washington, well, the state of Washington was very divided. It's very much a Sanders state, even though Hillary Clinton won the state 54% to 38%. This is still a Sanders state. It's still one that he won in the primary, and I'm pretty sure he won every single county in in Washington, if not 99% of them, because he did exceptionally well, and Hillary Clinton really underperformed where Barack Obama did in 2012. Barack Obama got 56% of the vote. She got 54%. That's a 2% difference. That's considerable when we're talking about elections being decided, like in Wisconsin, by less than 1%. Michigan by 11,000 votes. Pennsylvania less than 1%. So if it's a 2% drop on a national level for Democrats, that's something they need to worry about, especially when it gets close. We have to look at Washington and Oregon. If Bernie Sanders is able to take a considerable part of the Democratic Party vote away, that state could easily go to Trump. He got 38% of the vote. So if, let's say for a second, Bernie Sanders is able to chip away from Hillary Clinton's 54% that she normally would have gotten 30% of that. Well, Donald Trump will take 38% of the vote, Hillary Clinton would take 25%, and Bernie Sanders would take 29 or 30%, depending on where the percentages lay out. So, pretty much a lot of the safe Republican states, safe Democratic states, would no longer be safe. If we look at California, that one I think would stay with the Clinton column. Not only did they not like Bernie Sanders, his vote splitting would not really affect the same way it would affect in a state that he won the primary in. Um, so Washington, I'm going to give that one to Trump just because of the fact that I think Bernie Sanders can take a considerable portion of the Democratic Party vote away. Now let's look in the state of Oregon, another state that Bernie Sanders carried in the election. In the primary. So Hillary Clinton was able to maintain a 50% lead to Donald Trump's 39%. That's exceptionally close. She barely got over that 50% mark. Whereas Joe Biden and Barack Obama got 54%, and in 2008, remember that this state used to be a toss-up under Bush v. Gore. So we have Barack Obama taking 56% of the vote, And then in 2004, remember John Kerry carried the state by a slim margin, 51 to 47, and it was even closer in the year 2000, 46 to 46. Al Gore won the state of Oregon by 7,000 votes. So Barack Obama really expanded off the lead for Democrats. Hillary Clinton lost that lead. That one was supposed to make Oregon safe blue for the rest of the general elections. It's actually rated safe blue, but Hillary Clinton did something that Democrats in past election years haven't really done. She got almost under 50%. She got on that 50% mark, 50.1%, 0.1 away. So if Donald Trump is able to hold on to that 39% lead, he will definitely win the state, especially with the Sanders vote splitting. Nevada, that one was a toss-up state. That one would easily go to Trump. Colorado and New Mexico, that should be considered safe Trump territory. Minnesota, most definitely Sanders, technical type of Sanders state. They have all the background to vote for Bernie Sanders, the progressive movement up there. And Hillary Clinton only won it by a very small margin. I think 1 point something percentage. So shout out to Real Ice Cube. Their comment just popped up, but I can't read it right now because I'm doing a video. But so let's look at some other states that would normally be considered as a safe Democratic state that could possibly flip because of Trump being there as the only Republican while Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton split the party vote. Let's look at Illinois, her home state, Hillary Clinton's home state, birth home state. So we look at where she won in 2016. She got 55% of the vote. Sanders did a little well in the state of Illinois, not as well as he should have compared to where he did in Indiana. But if we look at the state, Donald Trump got 39% of the vote rounded up, 38.76% of the vote. If we look at the Democratic primary results in the state of Illinois, we're going to see that Hillary Clinton won the state easily with 56% of the vote. Actually, sorry, that's not easily. Even though this is Barack Obama's Senate home state, that one should have been a lot more for her. So she won it by 2% in the primary. She won it by 15%. 16% if you round up the number. For Hillary Clinton, she won that state in 2016. So I think the vote splitting most definitely could land a Trump victory here. Now let's look in Hawaii. I think that one would go to Bernie Sanders just because of the super majority of Democrats there that voted for Bernie Sanders. I think that one would flip. I don't think Trump can really do that well in the state of Hawaii compared to where he did in other states that, like, remember that Bernie Sanders got one electoral vote out of the state of Hawaii, even though Hillary Clinton won the state. She won 4 electoral votes. One elector voted for Bernie Sanders. She won the state 62% to 30%. That's 32% of the vote. Bernie Sanders won the state of Hawaii's primary overwhelmingly. If we look at the primary in the state of Hawaii, let me pull this up here. I'm just going to talk about where Hillary Clinton, this is a significant decrease. Hillary Clinton won 62%, but Barack Obama won it by 70% in 2012. Donald Trump got 30% of the vote. Mitt Romney got 27% of the vote. If we look at the Democratic primary, Bernie Sanders carried 71% of the vote to Hillary Clinton's 28%. Now, that could have been a possible lack of turnout thing. I mean, a lot of more people voted in the general election. Hillary Clinton got, in the primary, she got around 10,000 votes. Bernie Sanders got 25,000. She got 266,000 votes. So even if that's a representation of the Democratic Party, that one would easily go to Sanders. If it's just a lack of turnout thing, it could go to Clinton again. But I'm going to give it to Sanders because we can't make speculations about things that we don't have solid facts on. Unless we're predicting things, but we're predicting things right now, but I'm not going to give it to Clinton. Maryland, I think that one would stay. Delaware would easily flip. Virginia would easily flip. New York, I could see that one staying. New Jersey, I would flip that one for Donald Trump. Vermont, I would give that one to Bernie Sanders easily. In Massachusetts, I'm not sure about that one right now. Rhode Island and Connecticut would flip. If we're looking in New Hampshire, that one would flip too. District of Columbia would stay blue. And right now it all comes down to the state of Massachusetts as to whether or not Hillary Clinton will get 100 electoral votes in the state. Right now in 2016, she got 60% of the vote. However, Trump didn't win a single county in the state of Massachusetts. In 2012, well, turnout was higher than in 2012, but in 2012, Mitt Romney didn't win a single county there. He was from the state of Massachusetts, so it's not really It's just a Republican thing. It's extremely Democratic. And Hillary Clinton won this state by 1% in the primary. Bernie Sanders, he won it. I mean, he lost it by 1%. So she got 49% to his 48%. So I'm going to give Massachusetts to Trump, just because of the fact that the vote splitting would be so intense. I think Trump can hold on to where he got his 40% his 40% of the vote in Massachusetts. I think he can hold on to that, and that 60% split in half, that one would definitely hurt the Democratic Party. However, in states that heavily voted for Hillary Clinton in the primary, I don't see it flipping. But if it was a closer state than it should have been, like in New Jersey, that one was a tad bit closer. I do see a possibility of it flipping by a small margin. So this is my current map. This one was technically a suggestion. Someone commented the day before I uploaded it that I should do this one, and I already had the thumbnail made. So it was really just a matter of when I was going to upload this one. So essentially, I'm pretty sure this one would count as a suggestion, even though I had the idea already. So just comment more suggestions. They're extremely fun to do. A lot of my past videos have been suggestion videos. And upcoming, I have the Confederate States of America election night. That one is completely credited to Sam's political commentary. I'll give him a shout out in my next video for inspiring me to do that video. But it'll be the Confederate States of America. It'll be a little bit different of the map than his was. But if you guys like this content and if you want to see more matchups like this, subscribe here and watch my latest election night on the left. And I'll see you all tomorrow.